Good afternoon, Taylor Made.
Good afternoon. Is that Stephen Taylor?
Yes, it is, yes.
Hello, it's John Blanksby calling from NFU Mutual.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Good. I was just calling really, firstly to see whether or not the independent surveyor's been in touch with you.
No, nothing's happened.
No, you've not had anything at all?
Nothing. We've not had any emails, no, nothing. Not a dicky bird.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I apologise for that. The instruction was sent through for them to contact you and arrange a visit.
Yeah. No.
Obviously, they need to speak to you, don't they, in order to do that?
Yeah. I mean, we sent a letter. My old man was obviously quite frustrated that, of course, because I was driving when I was speaking to you, I wasn't really thinking what was going on. But when we spoke last time, you said, right, okay, we'll get an independent surveyor around and blah, blah, blah. But you actually said to me that when we last spoke, you said to me that you would give me a decision on whether you were taking the claim on or not. So,
yeah.
Obviously, we're still no better off now.
No, that's a fair comment. What I'd say is, I mean, I have read the letter John, your father, sent in.
Yeah.
I was on holiday last week. So,
yeah, I knew that.
What I'd say in relation to that is, I did try and email you. But I think possibly the email hasn't gone through properly yet. So I suppose the first thing for me to do is just to make sure I've got the right email address.
Yeah.
The second point is, when I initially spoke to you, I said I would fully review the file.
Yeah, and come back with a decision within a week and a half.
Yeah. So I think what's happened is once I've reviewed the file, obviously the big hole for me was that we hadn't looked at the property for quite some time.
Yeah.
As maybe when I last spoke to you, I should have explained it in a bit more detail, really, because but you were in the car and everything like that, and it's a bit of a rushed conversation, wasn't it? But I think what I was trying to get across is that obviously what I'm doing is opening up to try and get things moving for you.
Yeah.
And I did say we'd try and get it done within that time frame, but what I didn't realise before I reviewed the file is that we didn't really have a good idea of what condition your property was.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to get across in that previous phone call with you when you're in the car was that I was trying to explain that a reasonable approach would be, as your insurer, first to go out and have a look at the property, and then to sit down with you and discuss what's going to happen next. Now, I sort of got the feeling that you were open to do that. Apologies if you feel like I've rushed you into that sort of decision.
Well, no, there's no rushing here. I'm certainly not been rushed into any decisions.
Okay.
What I can still see that NFU is doing is they're still scooching around the fact that they can't give me a yes or a no whether they're taking liability of the claim. Yes, we can get an independent surveyor around. That's not much headway from 2 years ago, although, the house is absolutely unlivable now and structurally unsound, so that's the only difference. But really, we're no further forward getting an independent surveyor out to the decision of what NFU should have come to me with 2 years ago. You guys have asked me for all my utility bills. I've had affidavits from locals around and neighbours, and I've had everything that you possibly asked me to provide, and I'm still not getting an answer. And you guys know that you haven't given me an answer. You just kind of pussyfooting around yes or no.
I fully appreciate it. I know I've looked through the documents you sent in. I see you've gone through quite a bit of effort there to get that information to us. And I understand how it, from your point of view, you just want to, are you going to pay the claim or not at this point? But it's really difficult for me to say that without seeing what the condition of the property is at the moment.
Well, I mean,
I realise that that's sort of adding a bit of extra time on, but it's something that would need to be done anyway.
Yeah, we've got to get it done. I mean, I understand. I mean, I haven't heard. None of us have had any contact by the independent surveyor. All our phones are on. So there's no chance that any of that as we've had a phone call from them. So again, it's just another letdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, I feel bad about that. Let me escalate that for you, and I'll get you a call today.
Yeah, if you could, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I apologise you've not been contacted before now. That's
just a shame, really, because I've had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off this week.
Right, that would have been ideal then, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm back at work, and Friday I'm back at work. Saturday I'm at work. So it just, I've had quite a bit of time off recently with doing a couple bits and bobs at home.
Okay.
But nothing's.
Well, let's tell you what. I'll shelve what I've got to do this afternoon, and I'll just focus on getting this sorted out for you.
Okay. Can you read out my email that you've got?
Yeah, sure. Hold on 1 second. I've got Taylor Projects made barn style @gmail.com.
You've got what? Sorry.
Taylor Projects made barn style @gmail.com.
Who the hell gave you that?
I don't think it's what was written down on the file. I take it that's.
There's no way that's
not close. No.
No,
okay.
that's not what's on any of the documents. Taylor Projects made barn style is Taylor made projects Barnstable @gmail.com.
Barnstable, right? Okay.
So
Taylor made. So it's Taylor.
Taylor, my name, made MADE.
Yeah.
Projects. Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
All one word.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Barnstable.
Sorry, my stove's going off its head. No. Oh. Right. Okay, nearly a small explosion there. Okay.
So tailor-made projects Barnstable.
Yeah.
@gmail.com.
Yeah. Or can you?
Or
S23.
S for Sierra.
Yeah. S23.
Yeah.
TAY.
Yeah.
At.
Yeah.
Hotmail.
Yeah.
.co.uk.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get in touch with the adjuster now, make sure we get a call today.
Yeah.
And I'll confirm it by email to you straight away.
Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Apologise you haven't been contacted, and I'll do my best to speed things up for you.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye. Is that Mr. Taylor?
Speaking, yes.
Hello, it's John Blanksby calling from NFU Mutual.
Just a second, I'm going to pull in, so I'm on the link road, I'm on the phone. Just give me a minute, okay?
Sure, yeah, okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
That's okay. It's Mr. Taylor, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm calling from NFU Mutual.
Yes.
I work in the claims department. I'm just calling about your son's claim at the moment.
Right.
I've just spoken to your son about 5 minutes ago.
Right.
Just to run over confirmation of all the documents we've got and giving some reassurance that I'll be looking into it. Now I understand he's been contacted by our complaints department, which is Ruth Gale,
Yes.
who's spoken to him. But I've been asked. I'm a senior technician in the claims department. I've been asked to fully review the file and to provide him with an answer as soon as possible.
Right.
So I've just given him a call and told him I'm aiming to do that within the next week and a half.
Thank you.
So we can give him an answer. And I also phoned up to sort of apologise about the length of time, which in my view is completely unreasonable. It's taken us to give him that answer. He mentioned I had an email earlier from John Delbridge in the agency.
Yes.
Who mentioned that someone had dropped a card off.
A birthday card.
Yeah, a 2-year birthday card. And I mentioned this to your son, and he didn't seem to know anything about it. So so he was a little bit surprised. So he sort of suggested that it was probably you that had done it.
It is April Fool's Day, after all.
It is April Fool's Day. You're absolutely right there. So John sent me a copy of the card over, which is, I must say, was really well put together. But in all seriousness, it's a serious subject. I don't want to make light of it,
yeah.
But I told your son that I would give you a call and give you the same reassurances that we're taking this seriously.
Thank you.
And apologise about the amount of time it's taken. And I also discussed with your son the current condition of the property and my concerns around that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason for my call, really, just to let you know that I'm going to be talking with your son on a regular basis. He's asked me to, whatever we discuss, I'm going to drop him an email just to confirm what we've discussed and what we've agreed on.
Yeah.
And I hope to get him an answer sooner rather than later about what we're going to do about the claim.
Okay.
So apologies. I understood from what's happened today. You're obviously deeply aggrieved, as is your son, about what's happened.
Well, I can't believe it's taken 2 years.
Yeah, I was. From looking at the file, I'm surprised about how long it's taken.
What it appears to be, it's been passed through several hands, I think, and that's where the threads may have got lost.
Yeah, it does seem to. I mean, it's been passed between different adjusters as well. And I think with these sort of larger claims, you always need some continuity.
Yeah.
Between with who's handling it. And also, you've got to be conscious of what the condition of the property is in the meantime, and my concern is that that's not been mitigated, and we could have done more in that respect. So, your son mentioned some asbestos.
The problem was that the appointed remover aspect went in and identified the asbestos in the first instance, but they never took it all. And then they claimed to yourselves that that's what they quoted for, but it wasn't the case because it was videoed and photographed before they went in.
Yeah.
And I was on there the day when they did their visit, and basically they ran out of time. I think they quoted and then ran out of time. It was quite interesting because I explained to them where the key could be found, and they were doing a job in Plymouth. So one of the men drove from Plymouth to Barnstable, which is 60 miles each way, to collect the key for the next day. So then they basically lost a day in travelling to get the key, and it just went downhill from there. Yeah,
that's not the best use of time, really, is it?
No.
No, and I know from it appears that the lounge was an area, so I think they started fitting some drying equipment, but then they had to stop because they found some more asbestos in the lounge.
Rainbow came in with all the kit, dryers and fans for every room, and you organised a new power supply, so all the electrics were cut off. So they ran from the new power supply to all their units upstairs and downstairs, but then they refused to switch them on because Aspect hadn't taken the asbestos away. They said if we dry the asbestos, we'll make it worse.
Did they remove their equipment then?
They removed their equipment then without switching it on, yeah.
And I think your son mentioned that he tried to get some drying equipment in himself, but it was too badly contaminated.
That's right. I'm just going to move about 50 yards. So I'm still on the edge of the link road, and it's really noisy.
It is noisy, isn't it? Okay.
be better. Yeah, what we've got left is on the ground floor we've got asbestos in some of the walls, in the larder area, kitchen area, and dining room. And we've also got, I'm told, asbestos-containing tiles on the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
And then upstairs we've got asbestos-containing tiles in the bathroom and separate toilet.
Yeah.
They're just a few bits and pieces of ceiling asbestos.
Okay.
And
that's still still there, is it?
It's still there. But we didn't know till Aspect came along that old floor tiles contained asbestos, because we've left them up for years. Never knew that.
No. Of course, I mean, it wouldn't be obvious, would it? I don't think. Okay. So what's happened then is that because of the asbestos contamination, the drying out hasn't been fully completed.
So some of the beams are rotting now as a result of it, because they were left wet. And some of they ripped out the, let's get the name right now, Rainbow took out the T&G flooring, laminate flooring.
Yeah.
Sodden. And then underneath, that's where it revealed asbestos here and there. And they left the fitted carpets, and then they took the asbestos down on the fitted carpets without covering them, which contaminated the fitted carpets.
Right, I see.
It's just been a total and utter disaster.
It is a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you think, because some of the beams rotting, do you think the property's got to the state now where it might need to be destroyed rather than reinstated?
Well, our surveyor last saw it about 4 or 5 months ago, and that was his concerns then.
Right. Okay. Might. Yeah, we need to act quickly on that. I know it's so, you know, it doesn't sound good me saying it at this stage because it's 2 years on, but we do need to act quickly, I think, to get to the bottom. If we're accepting what you're saying, then we need to get a surveyor out there ourselves as quick as possible to have a look around and see what the extent of the damage is.
I went at lunchtime today to update the photo log, and it's been broken into, doors open, nothing much to steal. The point is, it just concerns me that there'll be squatters or something turn up there and occupy the damn place. So tomorrow I'm going to send a carpenter there, quick as I can get one, to re-secure the property again. Yeah,
definitely.
It's worth reporting to the police because I don't know.
So is there damage to the door, did you say?
There's damage to the door. I can't shut the door now. It's a big oak door, and I can't shut it. So quick as I can get a carpenter there is tomorrow.
Do you think someone's tried to force it then? Is that?
They've got in, but there isn't much to steal.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a concern, isn't it? Because if there's asbestos contamination in there as well, you don't really want people walking around it.
No.
Why don't I arrange to get that sorted out for you?
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll arrange for someone to go and make it secure.
Okay, well, I'll leave the key over there, but it's in an adjoining coal house, because you'll need the key to relock the door, unless you fix a new lock. But who's nearest to the property at the moment? Is it you or your son that's equally distant, I suppose, because we're at the same premises.
Right. Because your son mentioned he was staying in a caravan or had been.
He lives in a caravan nearby. Yeah.
Would it be? I say, why don't I speak to our adjusters?
Yeah.
And I'll get one of them to give you or your son a call, and they can arrange it with you.
Then I can see them. They're supplying with a key. They can secure the premises and either change the barrel or use the same lock.
Okay. Use the same lock. Yeah. Okay. I'll sort that out straight away for you, because we don't want people getting in there and wandering around when there's potential contamination in the property.
No, thank you very much.
That's okay. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that we get back to you as quick as we can with an answer.
Okay.
And then we can, and I'll keep in regular touch with you and your son as well, so we can sort this out as quick as we can.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, Miss Taylor. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Good afternoon, Taylor Made.
Hello, is that Stephen Taylor?
Yes, it is, yes.
Stephen, hi. We've not met. My name's Rob Stafford. I'm an insurance loss adjuster at Crawford.
Hi, all right?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good. Stephen, I've appointed a surveyor to come and quantify or give us another view on the value of works needed to Point House.
Yeah.
I think you'd spoken to John Blanksby about this.
That's right, you? Yeah.
There's an individual called Martin Ryder, who's a surveyor I've used in the West Country for decades.
Okay.
He's going to be giving you a ring this afternoon to arrange to come and have a look at the building, Stephen.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so you'll get a call from Martin Ryder. He's not somebody fishing for work. He's somebody I've commissioned.
That's right.
And I know you get all sorts of people latching on.
Yeah, that's all right. No, if he's been appointed by you guys, that's absolutely fine.
Brilliant. All right, he's a nice chap. Martin Ryder, he's called.
Martin Ryder.
His brief is to come along, look at the building, schedule the works, give us an idea of costings, and then, you know, when the mutual decide what's going to happen, at least we'll have a second opinion, because I know your surveyor, or the surveyor I met with your dad, he was really struggling for getting firm prices from builders, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think he had a couple, but it's changed since then because the house damage now is actually become structural, not just internal bits and bobs. The main structural cobbles and stuff, because they've got so wet and damp, have started to collapse underneath the main oak supports.
Yeah, I saw that when I met your dad, actually, when I took over the claim. There was a section of wall that the beams had rotted out, so it was it wasn't looking special back then.
No, I think personally it's unsalvageable, and I'm a builder, so but we'll see where it goes.
All right. Well, you'll hear from Martin shortly. He'll come and see the building.
Yeah.
And then he can report back to us all.
Lovely. Thank you very much for your call.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Good afternoon, Taylor Made.
Hi, could I speak with Mr. Stephen Taylor, please? My name is Martin Ryder.
Hi, Martin Ryder. I've been waiting for your call, yes.
Okay, sorry, I've had 2 incoming calls since I spoke with Rob Stafford. He told me to ring you sort of 10, 15 minutes after we spoke, but that was half an hour ago. I do apologise.
That's all right, no problem. No, I'm only doing a bit of painting, so...
Okay. Obviously you know about me and the role that I assume Rob Stafford has given you, explained what my role is.
Yeah, independent surveyor, structural surveyor, is it? Or
I'm a quantity surveyor.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
I'm self-employed. I've been self-employed for just over 30 years.
Yes.
I'm based near Gloucester.
Yeah.
And about a quarter to a third of my work is insurance related, in the sense that generally I go into project manage fires, floods and vehicle impact damage. Yeah. So I'm well versed in the nature of the particular problems that I understand this building has had. I'm completely independent.
Yeah.
So Rob Stafford, I've always got on extremely well with, but even if he wanted me to say something which I'm not happy with, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I assume that that's one of the reasons I've been appointed.
Yeah,
it's because I am independently minded.
Yeah, and, that's how it needs to be, isn't it?
Yes. So that, yes, I've got to be fair to all parties in the documentations I produce.
Yeah.
I've been told I'm to meet you, and to look around the building, and I'm to schedule all the work needed and cost it.
Yeah.
That's both relating to the water damage and the general condition of the building.
That's right, yeah.
Are you comfortable with those instructions?
Yeah, absolutely fine, yeah.
Great. Now, when would be convenient for me to come down?
Probably not till next week now, if that's okay.
I was hoping you would say that. Yes. I'm free the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, which is Monday to Thursday. I can't make Friday the 9th.
Monday would be absolutely perfect, because I'm off Monday. I can get the guys to work on Monday.
It's May Day holiday, but I'm not bothered.
Oh, if that's okay with you, that's the only day I've got off, see, because the guys are working, so I can take the time off of work. So. Okay.
Before we fix a time, can you tell me how old the property is, how many floors, and how many rooms, just to give me an idea of what I'm
in for? The property is probably 18th century, I think. There's 2 floors. And what else did you ask?
How many rooms?
How many rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4 upstairs, not including the 2 bathroom. That's 5, 6. So 6 all in total upstairs. And then there is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 downstairs.
So 10 rooms altogether. Is there a cellar?
No cellar, no.
And is there any attics?
No, there is an attic, but it's not a conversion or anything. It's just an attic.
Okay, I will need to look in there.
You will have no problem with that because it's all open. It all got brought down in the flood and NFU ripped it out, so you can see right the way through everything.
Right, and I understand the flood was the leak rather, was in February 2012.
That's right, yes.
Okay, is there any asbestos in the building?
There was.
That you're aware of?
There is, yes, because the asbestos was due to be taken out by NFU. They appointed aspect. They took out, I'd probably say, 3/4 of it. And then, because Aspect didn't realise there was so much in the property, they pulled off the job, and NFU then decided not to reappoint them to remove the rest. So,
okay, I need to be careful, in other words.
Yes, you do, yes, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Final question before we fix the time on Monday the 5th. Roughly, time-wise, how long does it take to get from the property to Bristol?
From the property to Bristol will probably be
an hour and a half, 2 hours?
An hour and a half. I'd say leave 2.5 hours, 2 hours for traffic.
2 hours. So I've got an hour to get to the Bristol area, so I need 3 hours. If we say 10:30 on Monday the 5th?
We've got an appointment on 10:30. 11:30 would be...
I can have a lie-in.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, we've got a few people coming around to another job, so I've got an appointment to see somebody. Me and my father will be available at 11:30 if that would be good for you.
Yeah, that would be fine. And is there parking at the property?
Yeah, there's parking.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much indeed.
No problem.
And final question: do you have an email address, please?
Yeah, it's best one to get me on is S23. S for Sally. 23.
Yes.
TAY.
Sorry, that 23 is that 2 and 3 all spelled out?
Sorry, that's it. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Okay.
TAY.
TAY.
T for Tango, A for Alpha, Y for Yankee.
Yes.
At.
Yes.
hotmail.com. .co.uk.
Ah, okay. Right, I won't be able to do it now. I've only just come back from a funeral and Rob Staff have asked me to sort of arrange this.
Yeah.
I'll get my secretary to do it tomorrow afternoon to you.
Yeah.
And my fee for this, I understand I'm being paid via Crawford's by NFU, so there'll be no charge to yourself for my services. But as I emphasised at the beginning, I have a duty of care to you and to NFU to be totally independent of everybody.
That sounds brilliant. Yeah.
Great. If you've got any queries at any time, or if you want to change the appointment, would you be kind enough to make a note of my name and phone number? Yeah, I've got it all on the phone here. It takes it all down as it's going. Okay. So I've got your name, I've got your number, and if you need to contact me anytime, just feel free to give me a ring anytime. Okay, much appreciated. Lovely. And I prefer it if you call me Martin rather than Mr. Ryder or Sir or whatever else. Okay. If you're happy for me to call you Stephen. Absolutely, yeah. And does Stephen start with a V or a PH? With a V. I always guess the wrong one. Yeah. Okay, Stephen. Thanks ever so much. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Bye.